What's up, League? Here for the week 6 performance reviews. We're going to start here with my matchup. I defeated George 103 to 81. I am currently in first place all by myself, so I'm going to enjoy it while I'm here because it's probably not going to last too long. As I've had a few easy weeks here, I believe, and I'm sure I'll get the injury bug eventually like everybody else has. Looking at my team here, I had Drew Brees with 12 points, Jerick McKinnon with a big game, 22, Brandon Cooks got me 12, got 20 out of the Ravens defense. Really just one dud in my lineup, or maybe two. 4 points out of Terrell Pryor, and I got 0 out of Coby Fleener. Not much on my bench, as I had some players on bye and one player out injured, but I did have Derrick Henry on the bench who had 21. If we look over here at George's team, you had Matt Ryan with 12, Ted Ginn with 15, Kenny Stills with 13, Zach Ertz with 15, and Adam Vinatieri gave him 12. He did have Jonathan Stewart get him negative 0.4, Travis Benjamin get him 0, Bruce Ellington get him 3, Panthers defense only gave him 4. He had Trevor Siemian on the bench who gave him 16, so he had a little higher scoring quarterback there. I definitely wouldn't have played Siemian over Ryan myself. And also had Chris Ivory on the bench who had 18. Would have been a nice play there, and could possibly be a nice play this week moving forward depending on Leonard Fournette's status going into the week. Next matchup we have here is Dalton versus Phillip. Dalton won this one 125 to 107. That puts both of them at 4-2. We'll start here by looking at Dalton's team. He had Carson Palmer with 21, Carlos Hyde with 22, Kamara with 11. Safarian Jenkins had 13. Could have potentially had another 7 points given the controversial touchdown. I didn't really look into it personally myself because I didn't have Safarian Jenkins in any leagues or in daily. So I understand why people are upset, but I mean it's the call on the field. If he bobbled the ball, he bobbled the ball. He's got to hold on to it. Like I said, I didn't really look into it, so I don't know the specifics on everything there. He had Gronk with 23. Zerline gave him 11 this week. Had Mariota on the bench who had 14. So he definitely played the right quarterback there, especially not knowing Mariota's status going into Monday. I own him in a league, and luckily I picked up Brissett just in case. The only real dud in his lineup, I would say, would be Falcons defense with 4, and Tyrell Williams only got him 2. Everybody else did all right. If we look over here at Phillips' team, he had Alex Smith with 15, Todd Gurley with 13, Benjamin with 14, Devonta Adams with 14, Jack Doyle with 13, Tevin Coleman got him 10, and Saints kicker got him 11. Crowder only gave him 4. Crowder's really struggled this year. Redskins defense gave him 5. Did have Kirk Cousins on the bench who had 28, so he could have had a 13-point increase in his score. Still would have lost, but definitely could have made things a little more interesting during the week and kept things a little closer. Next matchup we have here is Phil versus Dakota. Dakota won this one 104 to 96. Obviously, all of us know why what happened here. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt in that game, I believe Phil pulls out the victory here. When you only get basically 1 point out of Aaron Rodgers, things are going to happen. So that's the big story there. It's Aaron Rodgers with the broken collarbone's probably going to be out for the season. Just we'll wait and see how that goes. So that really hurts Phil's team there. That, and he already lost Danny Woodhead, it looks like. I'm assuming he's had him on the team the whole time. Obviously, we all know he lost Dalvin Cook. So injury bug is really hurting his team there. Looks like he had Lamar Miller get him 10. Picked up Peterson during the week, and Peterson had a huge game, so it was a good play there. He got him 25. Antonio Brown with 26. Justin Tucker got him 12. Obviously, Rodgers was a dud, but that's neither here nor there with the injury. But Tyreek Hill only got him 5. Chris Hogan with 2. Delaney Walker with 3. Latavius Murray with 4. I mean, not big days there. I mean, you expected maybe even a bigger day out of the Broncos defense, who only gave 8, given the playing the Giants. I thought that was going to be one of the biggest blowouts of the season there, and clearly I was wrong. He did have Marquise Lee on the bench, who got 13, and Eric Decker with 12. A few players on bye week there. And if we look over here at Dakota's team, Lev Bell gave him 27. Hunt gave him 14. Fitz gave him 23. Vikings defense gave him 15. Nothing on his bench. A lot of bye week players and an injured player. A lot of duds in his lineup too. Winston got him 2. Will Snead got him 2. Michael Thomas with 3. Jordan Reed got him 6. It's probably not that bad for Reed. Gostkowski only with 5 there. So next up, we got Garrett versus Joseph. Garrett won this one 129-70. So one of the bigger blowouts of the week. If we look at Garrett's team here, he had Stafford get him 15, Melvin Gordon with 32, Christian McCaffrey with 17, Jermaine Kearse got 10, Michael Crabtree with 14, Ryan Suckup got him 21. So big day out of the kicker there. He had Ajayi on the bench who had 13, and Aguilar on the bench who had 14. Chiefs defense gave him 1, kind of a dud there. Nothing else, everybody else did decent, I guess, for him. And if we look over here at Joseph's team, Doug Martin got him 15, Landry was 16, and then just really nothing else. I mean, I believe he was the low scorer this week. Derek Carr gave him 7, Montgomery with 4. Jeremy Maclin ended up not playing. I'm not sure how far in advance that was made available to the public, so there's a chance he maybe could have switched him out there. He does have John Brown on the bench he could have put in for him, which would have given him 14 more points, but wouldn't have made a difference winning or losing there. Bennett gave him 3. Gillislee gave him 2. I mean, a lot of poor play out of his team this week. Did have P. Ryan on the bench with 12, and Graham Gano gave him 12. Not really sure why he has 2 kickers on the team, but everybody's strategy is different, I guess. If you look over here, this was the closest matchup of the week. We had 2 pretty close ones coming up here. This is David versus Ray Sr. David pulled this one out 122-120. And we look at David's team here. He had Phillip Rivers with 14. Mark Ingram gave him 28. Chris Thompson with 16. Julio got 10. Demaryius Thomas got 16. Texans defense with 23. He did play Jesse James, who got him 0, and T.Y. Hilton got him 2. Randall Cobb with 4. Nothing really going on his bench there. And if we look over here at Ray Sr.'s team, Tom Brady with 16, Jordan Howard with 18, Deshaun Jackson with 11, Golden Tate with 19, Marvin Jones with 19, and Elliott, the kicker, got him 11. Did have Cameron Brate on the bench, who got 17. So if we would have played Brate over Kyle Rudolph, that would have made the difference for him there. That's obviously a tough decision there. Those guys are pretty equal in my mind. No real duds in his lineup necessarily. I mean, Duke Johnson only got him 5, and he decided to play the Titans defense this week, who only got 5. Kind of hard to say what this boiled down to here, but obviously a tough loss there to lose by really 1.8 points to one of the guys near the bottom of the league. So tough break there for the defending champ. And then the last matchup we have here is Ray versus Michael. As you guys have all seen in the chat, that I think majority of us believe Michael blew this game. He definitely could have won this one if he just would have played the defense. He says he was going to play the Colts defense, I believe, but couldn't pick him up in time. I mean, we got 5 waivers process Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at noon. There's 5 days to pick up a defense. So not having one, in my mind, is not really a good excuse. I mean, I don't really see why rostering two defenses is to your benefit anyways. I understand you got two good defenses on your team, but it does you no good. You can only play one, and they're both on bye week, so I don't really understand that. And it cost them the game this week. We'll look at Ray's team here. Deshaun Watson with 23 points. Fournette with 21. Will Fuller with 13. Evan Ingram with 17. Lions defense got him 16. Nothing going on his bench. Did play Andre Ellington, who got 0. Jerron Brown with 4. C.J. Anderson only got 2 this week. And then if we look over here at Michael's team, Cam Newton with 21. DeMarco Murray got him 17. Mike Evans with 17. Emmanuel Sanders with 10. Got injured during the game and will be out at least a week that we know of. Adam Thielen got him 14. Nothing else really to speak of. We've obviously harped on the defense long enough, so we'll just, I guess we'll let that be for now. It's tough seeing people not play a full lineup to try to win. I mean, there's a belt on the line. There's, a little bit of money on the line. Just want everybody to have an equal opportunity at, possibly being able to win that. And then if we look here, we have free agents process today. Nothing too crazy happened. Orleans Darkwa went for $28 to Michael. I believe I was the only other person who put a bid in. I put in $3. A lot of people trying to get Carson Wentz. A lot of the quarterback needy teams. I know Ray has his main guy Watson on bye week. Obviously, Phil has Aaron Rodgers out for the season. I even tried to get him just to try to screw a couple teams over, to be honest, but I wasn't going to pay a lot. Looks like he ended up going to Dakota, who paid $8. I bid $5, and there's a couple $0 bids in there. Nothing else really big going on. Obviously, we know there'll be some quarterbacks going off waivers over the next few days for a few of these teams with bye weeks and injuries. So we'll be curious to see who ends up getting who. Some of the guys who need them have no money, so we'll see if they're able to get anybody, or I don't know who's ahead in waivers, but they try to get the same guy. It's just gonna be whoever's got highest priority if they don't have any money. So that covers our week here. I will have power rankings up on the league page by the time you guys watch this video. So good luck to everybody heading into week 7, and I'm in first place, baby.